Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esmeralda and you are watching Albo plants. Since I knew I wanted to make a Halloween edition videos for my planted channel, I knew from the start that I had to do a spooky repot with me also. The idea of this video is inspired by one of my favorite plant tubers, and her name is Fern. So I am pretty sure that you also know her. She was the first one to make a spooky repot video, and as someone who really likes Halloween and this kind of stuff, I really enjoyed watching this kind of videos. So yeah, I couldn't resist without making my own version. This is something very new for me. It is the first time that I am sharing something very special, like my own spooky story, with everyone to see in the internet. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So to make this video even more interesting, I wanted to also include a painting of one of my pots. Yeah, I am slowly painting a lot of my terracotta or plastic pots so they can be even more unique in my collection. So yeah, today I'm going to be repotting my baby Sansevieria Moonshine that I purchased, and I was thinking to also paint her pot with kind of thematic that goes very well with the name of this plant. So I want to make a snake and also, of course, implement the moon in some kind of way. I have seen that you really enjoyed the shorts that I post with my hand-painted process of the pots. So yeah, I thought about implementing it also in this video. And also, yeah, just to be aware that the story in this video is going to be a little bit spooky. So yeah, just keep it in mind. Let's get started. First of all, I want to say that I think the human mind is a powerful tool. So powerful that we still can't explain a lot of things related to the brain and human nervous system. There are different phenomena that connect our brains with supernatural experiences. One of these is sleep paralysis, which is a state when the mind is awake but the body is not. In this state, someone can experience very scary, vivid things that they can't fully explain. But this story is not a sleep paralysis story. At least this is what I think. Although I am very intrigued and drawn to anything paranormal, fantasy, or mythical, I am a very skeptical person. I always try to find an explanation for some of the strangest experiences I have had. During a period of my life, I started having some strange recurrences during the night. While I was sleeping in my bed without any reason, I would open my eyes wide awake. I was fully conscious and I could even move a little bit. This thing lasted just a couple of minutes before I would fall back asleep. During these few minutes when I opened my eyes, I could see things around me that wasn't supposed to be there. It started with different shapes floating in the room and then with objects. Sometimes I would see beautiful things like butterflies flying, flowers opening, sparkles, mandalas forming, etc. But I could also see some dark things. Hands coming from the void reaching for me, shadowy figures, insects, and so on. At first, I would get scared a lot. Mainly when I saw human figures. The scary thing was the fear that maybe someone had broken into our home, but fortunately that was never the case. After a while, I became somehow accustomed to these things and wasn't scared anymore, or so I thought, until one night. I used to live in another apartment at that time. It was an old brick building built during the communist regime in Albania. We lived in the apartment of my grandparents that was on the first floor, and we were lucky to have a small backyard where there were some lemon trees that my grandpa had planted. Even though I could feel the love and care that they invested in that apartment, because of the change in the neighborhood and the new buildings that were built later in time very close to each other, the house was very dark. Another usual thing was for apartments on the first floor to put railings on the windows. This was for safety purposes, but it also added some uneasy feelings. During a stormy night, I had another occurrence where I woke up in the middle of the night without any reason. I remember I had a feeling that someone or something was watching me. I slowly shifted my eyes to the window of our bedroom where I could see the backyard. It was very dark, but sometimes the thunder would light up everything. I don't know what brought me to see that specific place, but suddenly I saw something move out of the window. There was this very black shadow in the form of a monkey crawling on the railings of the window. I could see only its shape and its glowy red eyes. I felt my body sinking into the bed. I stopped breathing from the fear that maybe it would hear me. My eyes were wide open. The creature's gestures were as if it was looking for something inside the room, and then it looked at me. After that, I think I had fallen back to sleep. The next morning, I remembered everything and I called Rudy to tell him about my strange experience. I tried to explain everything I felt, and I also tried to describe how this creature looked. In the end, we settled on the fact that maybe it was just a very strange dream. After some hours passed, Rudy called me again. He was a bit shaken in his voice, and that got me very curious as to why. He said that he stumbled into something that he still couldn't believe while browsing some possible movies to watch. He sent me this picture. I felt shivers flowing down my spine. How was it even possible? A monkey-shaped dark shadow with fiery red glowing eyes. This was from a movie called Uncle Bunmi Who Can Recall His Past Lives. Even if it was very frightening for me, we had to watch this movie, and so we did. It was quite strange, to say the least, but also very spiritual. What I learned was that this monkey spirit creature is something that existed in Indonesian culture. Mind-blowing, right? One of the things I believe is that these occurrences feed from our intentions. If you give it importance, then you strengthen the bond it has created with you. I tried to leave all this behind the moment we moved apartments, but it happened again, twice, in my new home. This time, the monkey creature had gotten inside my bedroom and was hiding behind furniture pieces. Still looking at me with those red, glowing eyes. It was time to make some serious research. What was the meaning of all of this? While putting some keywords into the search engine, I stumbled upon yet another film. This one I knew very well. It was one of my all-time favorite movies, Princess Mononoke. It was hidden among the different mythological creatures in this film, the black shadow monkeys with red glowing eyes. They were spirits of the forest who took care of trees. They were enraged by the people who were cutting all the trees that they have worked so hard to grow. So yet again, this creature was not just something created from my imagination. After gathering some other information, I found out what was the meaning of the forest monkey spirit. It was attached to trees and people who took care of them. Hence the reason why it was in the backyard of our old apartment. The days before it revealed itself to me was the first time in my life I had the urge and possibility to take care of a garden. I planted some hydrangeas and cleaned the leaves and branches of the lemon trees. Tidied up the concrete floor and aerated the soil. This monkey spirit is scary looking for sure, but its purpose is not bad. It takes care of nature, and it is said to reveal itself to people who possess also this gift, or as they call it, to have a green thumb. After I came to my new apartment was when my plant passion really started. From someone who killed every plant that was gifted, I turned into a plant enthusiast who takes care of more than 100 plants. Is it just a coincidence? Was everything just a dream or a sleep paralysis experience? As I said at the beginning, the mind is so powerful. I have never seen the monkey spirit ever again, and the occurrences during the night have stopped. Maybe they showed up during a specific and vulnerable time in my life. The most valuable thing I learned from this experience is that fear is so limiting for us, and the saying, "You shouldn't judge the book from its cover," fits perfectly into this story. So this is how it turned out at the end. I really like how it looks in this pot. When the pot is also interesting, then it adds a lot of beauty to the plant itself. As you saw, this was still a very small baby Sansevieria plant. It didn't have a big root system, so yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious when watering this plant. I mean, it's also a Sansevieria, so it doesn't need a lot of water, and the terracotta pot is going to help me in this aspect because it usually sucks out the extra moisture when it is in the soil, so yeah. What did you think about my spooky story? Leave a comment down below if you have also a story you want to share with me or something similar, or what you think about the story that I told. I don't know what to think for myself, but yeah, this was like my scariest story I tell to my close friends when there is like a camping fire or something. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below, like, share. You can also check out my Instagram profile, Albo__plants. And if you like handmade jewelry, then also check out my other profile at Smerucci. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next video. Pacim!